In today's episode I will show you how to change thermal paste in Xiaomi Gaming Laptop. Actually this is super difficult, and couple words about best thermal paste for laptops, gaming laptops or for netbooks. So for very long I've been using Arctic MX4, and I have to say that this is the most ridiculous thermal paste compared to price. Usually this thermal paste can decrease temperature compared to some stock one even 15 degrees lower. So oh my god. So for 4 grams, at least in Europe, you have to pay only $8, so this is just insane price. So I recommend this one for simple humans who just would like to decrease temperature and extend lifespan on any laptop, because as you know, number one killer of any laptop is the temperature. But if you would like to go further, then I think this is just best way to go. Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut. This is the best non-liquid metal thermal paste. Just check the thermal conductivity is 12.5 watts, so this is freaking insane, and temperature is from minus 250 to plus 350 degrees. As a comparison, I think MX4 is only 8 watts and here we got 12, so this one is like 50% better. But now let's open the Xiaomi Gaming Laptop. So at first, just over here you've got at the middle this thing. Just remove it like this, and here you got 3 screws, 2 screws and 4 screws. So be delicate and let's unscrew it. Now you have to use some simple prying tool and just start from the bottom middle part over here. Okay, just be delicate, take your time. No rush. Okay, and we are in. So this is how it looks. At first, you have to unplug the battery. So over here, delicate, left, right, battery is unplugged. This is the first thing, because if you will remove some screw and the screw will just go some over here on this electronic things, then you can get some short circuit and your motherboard will be damaged. Next thing is this huge cable. Also delicately left, right. Let's do something like this. Next we've got 2 fans cables. So there is one connector on the right and on the left. Also be super delicate, because on motherboard we've got super tiny capacitors, and try don't damage them. So the first one is off, and over here from the left be super delicate, because as you can see over here we've got lots of tiny capacitors. Next are LEDs, so we've got one on the right and one on the left. Starting from the top part, so from here, try to bend it to the center and it should go, but sometimes it's just stuck, especially this one from the right. Don't use lots of force, just find this sweet spot. Let's try to use some prying tool, and we've got first out. From the left it should go much easier. At least it was when I done it. I see that it won't give up without fight. Okay. Let's be delicate and use some prying tool. Okay, and be super careful, because as you can see on the left we've got 2 cables. Now we have to unscrew. 2 screws are on the left fan, 2 screws on the right fan, and we've got 3 screws on CPU, 3 screws on CPU, and 1 at the bridge of motherboard. So I prefer to start from the fans. Of course, as you can see, I'm using towel under laptop, because thanks to it the screen will be not damaged when you using some tension to pull down the screwdriver to don't damage the screw, because you don't want to mess around like this, because these screws can be replaced, but these ones on GPU and CPU can't. So you have to use lots of force, and that's why I'm using towel under the laptop, because thanks to it I'm sure that there will be much smaller chance that I will damage the screen. Okay, if there is a screw which just don't want to go easily, don't push it harder down, but take laptop on the side, open the screen, and use your left hand to hold the keyboard, and now you can use much bigger tension. Thanks to it, the screen will be not damaged. Okay, I have to find the focus to show you, and now let's start with GPU. Of course, it's much harder when you recording the video, because you want to show some stuff. Okay, now we have to unscrew all screws. Now, again, be sure that there are no cables on the way of cooling system, and try to pick it up from the center. Okay, as you can see, there's no problem. Let's again check all screws. Yeah, so these screws will be in block. This one seems to be okay. Okay, now be super delicate, like honestly. Try to push it up and pull back the case. We stuck somewhere over here, I see. Okay. Yeah, as you see, it's super hard to remove this cooling system. It always gets stuck on the right side. Okay. Be always delicate. Do it slow, take your time, and it's done, as you can see. Okay, now we have to clean thermal paste. As you can see, I add good enough last time. Okay, as you can see, it's, I think, for now clean enough. Now I'm using this lens cleaner. Check this one out. As you can see, it evaporates quite fast. And if you will touch one of these fans and they will start to growing, then simply you will not have to pick it up this cooling system, but you can remove this black label. As you can see over here, I don't have label. It looks much better, and this growling sound stop. I also own Xiaomi Notebook Pro. I know, no proof, no glory. So it's over here, and there is quite common issue in this notebook that the fans are growling. So over here, fans seems to be super nice, but just don't touch them because they can be damaged, and for some reason if you will remove the label, then it's again working perfectly fine. Don't ask me, I know this is some black magic shit, but this is how it is. Okay, so now let's prepare some thermal paste. Let's open Grizzly. Check this one out. Brand new, never used. First time I'm using this Grizzly, and yeah, it's way difficult to speed out this Grizzly compared to MX4. And I think next time I will do it better. Now, let's delicately take it and clean again. And now let's slide it back. Let's put this cable over here. Be sure that there are no any cables in the way of the cooling system. The right is okay from the left. Be delicate and now precise. It has to be at the right spot from the beginning. Now delicately tight all screws. Everything is perfect. We have to tighten all the screws delicate and in some order if you would like, but don't tighten one screw at the beginning fully and then the other ones, just all delicate, and at the end you can tighten it fully. Now, like I said before, take the hand under the keyboard and use some tension. You have to be sure that all screws are tightened. Of course, not too much. I think it's good enough. Now let's put all cables and all things back. So let's start with the right LED. First time I done that kind of video. For some reason my hands are shaking, because when I'm doing it for myself or for someone without recording video, then it's just normal thing, but when I'm recording, I don't know, I'm stressed. Hard to say. Okay, now this huge cable. Delicate, slowly. Now battery, and we should see the blink on the sides. Okay. There's a blink. Now battery cable under this thing. Okay, now let's try again if all cables are in the right spot. Yeah, everything seems to be okay. So now let's put it as part of case, screw it and let's test it. F2, and we got 32 degrees on CPU and 24 on GPU. So it's great. So now let's go back and let's go into the Windows. But you know what? Let me finish now because I know that it's working. So let me finish now this laptop. So let's put all screws and then I will connect it to power source. Because if it's working, then it should work just fine. If at first time you don't see temperatures over 50 degrees at first power up, then it's okay. If you will see that the temperatures are rising rapidly, then there is something wrong with cooling system. It's like maybe one screw is not screwed down, so you have to check it again, open it and check it again, because if the temperatures at the beginning are high, then later it will be just worse.
Zadziałało.